World Vision Australia Support Office is responsible for raising funds to give to poor communities all over the world, and for helping country offices, national offices around the world to effectively spend the funds to the best benefit of communities and the poorest and most vulnerable people in those countries.
Fundraising, the major fund comes from this through the sponsorship. The sponsorship is about to connect the children and the families in the community in developing countries.
Funding is raised in Australia by mostly by donation from Australian families through child sponsorship.
For each child, we have a sponsor. We also have corporate sponsors that will sponsor a huge number of children. And with that, we also have other corporate donors who would not sponsor children, but look at specific projects to fund specific projects directly. And with this, we also have some grant opportunities that we get from the Canadian government. So those are the main fundraising mechanisms that we have.
Well, I have to say that it is a very high, well, in a way it is a competition, because it is not only World Vision in Japan. There are many NGOs, but the approaches, the quality all differs. We believe this sponsorship program is a very effective way which we can continue for many years, unlike some projects, maybe just only 2 years, 3 years, finish. But this can be even longer period. It's a continuous support. But of course it is very hard for us to convince the ordinary Japanese citizens, because many of them are just a middle class, simple working people. So their contribution is really a sacrifice. Sometimes they skip lunch a few times a month and they contribute money. We feel that it is our responsibility because we receive, so we have to support others, and this is how we continue our programs.
Donors would like to see healthy, their sponsored children healthy. They are in school or they haven't completed primary or secondary yet, but they do have adequate education that would make them productive citizens in here in Laos.
Donors, whether they're families or the Australian government or individuals, they have very high expectations about what will happen with their money that they are donating. They expect a lot of very high level communication around what is the impact of their donation, where is it going, what is the value for money of their donation, is it the money being spent wisely, is it efficient, is it being wasted. They want to know that they're really helping the community. They want to be able to see tangible evidence and demonstration of impact that we're helping people. They don't want to think that they're just giving their money and it's not going anywhere useful.
They would also want to see that there is good government participation or partnership in our programs. How World Vision is really demonstrating, providing evidence for that complementary work in development here in Laos.
It's also important to remember that in Support Office, funding situation can change. We try to maintain our promise when we allocate funding for the future, but the situation can change very quickly, and sometimes Support Office is obliged to recall funding or reduce budgets. and there is no other choice, because sometimes there is simply not as much funding available as we expected when we do forecasts. And so that means sometimes in the country where we operate, budgets can change as a result of a support office funding situation. It's very important to also for projects to spend according to their plan and to meet the objectives they've set out according to their plan, because this helps us to demonstrate to ourselves and to our communities and to our supporters and donors.
We hope to see the change in a smooth manner. The community people have potential, and government has resource, and World Vision, we are committed. So all three parties, I think we can work.
Thank you for allowing us to be your partner working in Laos, making impact. I must say that working together, it empowers us to provide change to children and to the community. That is really good. I would hope that our colleagues would demonstrate their stewardship, being the good steward, bringing in transformation, empowering children to be educated, to be well nourished, to be celebrated, and their voice will be heard. I also hope that the good work that we are doing will be a good demonstration to our donors, to let them see the change, let them see the impact and improvement, so they would partner along with us more to bring even bigger change, even bigger improvement, to empower this country, to show, yes, we can do that. We can make a good impact on children.